Cal, thanks for doing this. We've had a couple of days to digest the series. What went wrong in your estimation once the team was up 3-1?
Yeah, it's we're still digesting it here, but obviously we had the chance to close out the series 3 times. I think all 3 of the games. I know you try to sum up the entirety of it with one word or one description, but I think all 3 of the games were different. In Game 5, we came all the way back after being down 3-0, which I thought was a great sign, obviously, and we're at home with a chance to close it out. We had lots of chances at the end of regulation and didn't, and their first chance in overtime, they obviously converted. Game 6, certainly the beginning of the game, I was probably the most disappointed I was up to that point in the series with us. And then, after we settled and found ourselves, I think especially after they made it 2-0 in the third, we really started to pour it on, tied the game, and really controlled the run of play through overtime. And I thought at that point it was the best I'd seen from our team, with a chance to close somebody out just in terms of the way that we were playing. Had plenty of chances in overtime, couldn't put one past and their second shot of overtime. They scored deflection from the slot and past Jack, and that's the way it goes. Third, in the Game 7, I thought, I think Sheldon described it, was that both teams were cautious, and I think for me, common theme looking back over it is just been, in those games when we have the chance to close it out, is simply finding our rhythm, playing the way that we are designed and need to play, and exerting that on the opposition. And we've had painful lessons here over the years, and the lessons are repeated until they're learned. And I think we're getting to that point now.
Last summer, an upper echelon defenseman, and you went out and got one. You needed a middle-of-the-road defenseman, and you went out and got one. It seemed piece after piece after piece, you went out, and whatever the need was, you fixed the need. Having done all of that, and having Brody having the kind of year he had, and Bogosian having the kind of year he had, and so many guys, how stunned are you to be standing here today and talking about this series being over after one round?
It's very disappointing, Steve, to be here today. I think especially, a week ago today, we were up 3-1 coming home, 3 chances to end the series. So, a week ago, I think everybody felt great, and the mood and the hope and the optimism was extremely high. And it's just another very painful lesson. And I think, we're always trying to add to the team and improve it and figure out what the needs are and adapt and adjust. And that's what we'll do again, whether it's, this upcoming summer's TJ Brody or Zach Bogosian, et cetera. Because until we get to that point, I think the blame lies with me to continue to push and help our coaching staff and help our locker room continue to find the pieces that are going to help us break through in the end. And that's what we'll set the summer to again. But certainly, it's extremely disappointing to be sitting here today.
Hey, Cal, when you look back at the last 6 months, do you have any regrets?
I think you always do, Greg. When you get to this point and you haven't met the goal that that for one, I think you have a goal at the beginning that you think you're capable of, and then you go through the regular season, and the regular season either confirms that you're capable of it, or it shows you still have a lot of work to do. And I think in the regular season for us, the most in particular, what I would say to that is this season's team, when we had ruts, and we had 2 of them where we lost 4 or 5 or 6 in a row, versus the past seasons that I've been here, this season's team was able to fully stabilize itself and then go on a run back the other way and build off of it. And I thought it was the best sign I'd seen from one of our teams in the regular season. And that led me to believe that when we got into these moments like we just went through in the last 6 days or 7 days, that we would be able to capitalize. And so, do I regret anything in the last 6 months? I regret that we weren't able to deliver on the promise and the hope that our regular season instilled in our fan base. and it's up to us to rectify that so that we don't sit here again and deal with that.